go again. Apologize for last week. Mana Fortress, Doomsday thing. All hell broke loose over here. Oh. Well, now we're back in this trippy ass place. Alright, let's see here.
If she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I want to move my fat ass here.
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Why did you wait till now? Yeah, this is an appropriate escapade to do while you're a big fat ass. Let me use this tiny branch. Back in the front of the house. No, there's a ladder. Boop, 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 boop.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Both of them seem to like to be insane, apparently. Oh, yeah.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yeah. Again, by now this house would have been raided more times than I could count. I am watching you pee.
Dawn, I promise. You'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
Moving
I'm
on.
gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hmm.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being
How long can that
outside.
pee be, I wonder?
I'm just saying. I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Ooh, dear. I've stolen its soul.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe.
This is the picture of you before you murdered and took an innocent life.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Look how you viciously murdered that poor deer.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Ah. Man, look at how you viciously
Dad,
murdered that thing.
It's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
sick.
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
You know what? You deserve that. That's totally on you. Grandpa, death by
Of all these
dickheadness.
stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Because it felt completely justified. You'd like to have you be told the story of your grandpa being...
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
That's encouraging. You also know who else went out to meet death? Voldemort. And technically, what was it? L from... Or was it Light or L? From Death Note. Okay. So, am I leaving now? Oh, there we go. Door! Again, not a single spider web. That is, like, physically implausible.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Some to their own stupid incompetence. Oh, good look. Oh, God. This child... Is this child die in a tub or something?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh God, I am gonna die in the bathtub.
Some things the rest of us don't.
Go go. Blah. Man, I see see clipping like nobody's business. Oh.
It's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
How about, you know...
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he
Yep.
saw. What his world
I'm going to assume his own death approaching.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
That one tried to contact me again. He needs to know better than that. Come, whale. Oh, God. I think the whale is... Oh, God, he is following me. I gotta get out of here. You can't save yourself. Ah!
Sure made him happy.
Ah! You'll all die with me. Evil child. Oh God, what's it doing now? So the kid was apparently on a whole lot of drugs. What kind of bath what are you using in here? Ah! Gregory! I will now proceed to mate with the whale. There. Oh God! Mr. Bumble! Ah, Mr. Bubble. Open the Mr. Bubble.
I'm worried about a baby being too happy. I feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night. I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Yeah, well. There's nothing. Yay, you're going to drown.
I don't understand.
Yep.
About Gregory. About everything.
Let's find the dead baby.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Actually, it kind of was. This is way past your guys' fault.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
No, I actually wanted to be alive.
Love, Sam.
You gotta love having the divorce contract I got wrong. Look at that. Oh, this will be hopefully be a very important lesson to you, lady. Don't leave your kid in the bath. Seriously, pull the plug. Yeah, I'm sure he's happy getting flushed down the toilet.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Okay, not many kids I knew that at this timeline was having colored hair.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, what a pleasant group of people.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Until he murdered someone. Or died from it. Apparently that seems to be the theme here.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
No, the wedding. Ah! Damn you! Well, is the kid gonna get electrocuted?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow, what a great child. You know, back in 1980,
And panicked geese
ass
appeared
beatings were
and
still a
went.
thing.
But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
So a death deserved. I can see where this is going. He's just a little asshole, so he's going to get the death he deserves. Wee. Eh. 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 Ooh.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Anti-M, it's a twister, it's a twister.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
Fuck that little asshole outside.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
And the lightning.
But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oh, too bad. He was an asshole. Again, I don't feel bad for it.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Yeah, that's a great person to go with. This little shitheel. You deserve that. And fuck Dawn, apparently. See, kids, this is what you get for being an asshole. Except me. I just win. Yeah.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Yeah. Yeah. Until she got crushed.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah. I can see how a belief in a fantasy being out there that just viciously murders everybody for no fucking reason is always a good way to relieve yourself and find answers in your family having a curse that viciously murders them in stupidest ways possible.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Uh-huh.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Boo, boo, boo.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Why is there a fresh bag of fucking fertilizer here? Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. This should all have nests in it, bugs, everything. There's no fucking way.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Until someone else horribly died.
But it didn't last.
Yeah, the curse killed somebody else. It seems to be... I don't think this seems... Experiment is also the problem here. Alright, so which one of them dies? Are we getting to the... Yeah,
The
there we
beginning
go.
of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Yeah, I can see how this could not have gone bad. This is part of the mysterious, like, addition that goes up into the Willy Wonka fucking factory. Yep, there's a mysterious addition that goes to the Willy Wonka factory. Yeah, I can see how this totally didn't go well. This one is psychotic.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
So shouldn't this be what remains of Milton Filch? Oh, trust me, lady. His name is Milton. He didn't achieve much. Might as well. He's basically the Neville of this story, it looks like. Or the Krillin. Yeah, Krillin at least got married to a hot chick. Kind of. He's more of the Yamcha. I think Yamcha might be more accurate here. Just more of that character everyone forgot about, couldn't give two shits less. Yeah, maybe Tien too.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
That is a thick fucking book. Oh, that explains. He found the TARDIS.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
It's Edie still, Dawn, and Lewis. Again, he found the
months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
And Mom lost her absolute fucking shit. Either that here, we're at Toontown. So that means that he got to Jessica Rabbit.
Whatever Milton had found in the house,
Which,
Mom didn't want to get.
It's no wonder he never came back. Or they got eaten by the Stephen King monster down there. Is that thing moving? I swear it wasn't there before. Doop, 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 doop.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
For... Huh.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Oh, okay, he's pothead. I can't have shit falling apart now just because it's a convenient game. Why couldn't anyone else use any of the other rooms that were being occupied? I mean, seriously. You had a deranged old man in the fucking basement who got hit by a train. Is this a boat? Did you attach a boat to this room? I see so many design problems with this.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah, it's called marijuana, honey. See this? It's called bong. This, it's called cheap bullshit. So this is probably essentially what they wanted the fucking Super Nintendo and PlayStation to be. Before they separated. Oh god, the psychedelic music. Ah, this takes me back. Trails. Yep, takes me back.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
It's called being a wait. Where's the TV? Oh. I don't know if I want to know what he does with that. So how'd he viciously die?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Fish.
He kept working at the cannery.
Fish.
But he withdrew
Fish.
part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Fish.
His mind began to wander.
Voldemort. Voldemort.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth,
And
could
hot
feel his way about.
and hot orc chicks.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
Balrogs.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
But you don't think we don't hate our jobs, don't find it boring, you dick?
But he found something more. I worried about him then.
How high he could possibly be.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee.
How long until I chop off my hand?
Tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Ah, I see. This is eventually going to get to the...
very promising at first.
So how long till it's my hand?
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
How long until I grab my own hand and then put the other hand in it and chop both my hands off?
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Until...
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
No shit.
So he could do whatever he wished.
Oh boy. He raped a fish, didn't he?
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
I will rape a fish. Make sure. I will definitely not.
But his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Ah.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Come on, you fish. Hey-o. Yeah.
St. Louis. He started
Fish fucker.
drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Oh, is this how a bomb dies? Do I just grab her hand in the end and just to the shredder? Sorry, Mom.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents.
Arr. Fish.
He followed the sound of her
Electricity. Silver harp makes more sense.
silver harp.
Fish. I have to chop on my own hand eventually.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Fish.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Uh-oh. Fish.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Ah! I don't have enough fish. Fish. And a box and winch. Fish. Box and winch. Fish.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
A fish fucker. Fish. I must fuck more fish.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
You had a job. How much were you actually making in this job?
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Yikes. I think the real Lewis needs to go see.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be.
It's hard to argue with him.
Yeah, especially when your hand gets chopped off here in a minute, I'm sure. I'm going to drink magical holy grail and become immortal. Ooh. I can only imagine how long until I fucked a fish, gotten some messed up issues, and jumped in front of a speeding dragon. Yeah.
Began to forget the world we know.
This makes more sense to the painter guy that just went missing. This guy just wandered off.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
So he shoved himself into the cannery.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
I despise you. Look how terrible you're doing now.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Yikes. I know I might have to run away, but this is just on a whole new level of completely narcissistic, egotistical bullshit. So what does he get squished?
And insisted on advising him.
Calico E Press. This cat worries me. And don't feel sorry for this person. But yes, he fishes a kisses a fish lady and then gets squashed.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Yep, fat bro too.
There's only one thing left to do.
Real fat broad. See? Some people aren't natural cherry chasers.
Bend down his head.
Fuck this. Yep. I defy fate. Yeah, fuck it. This guy's an idiot. Yeah, this seems like a great idea.
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
No, they won't. I saw through his entire thing and
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Your brother was insanely delusional, lady. See, kids, don't do drugs. It's as simple as that.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Yeah, that really helped him out as he chopped his own head off.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
So again, I'm going to point this out. Your family is fucking stupid. Just again, you can say whatever you want about what words I say.
I wish we'd stayed.
Being retard is definitely you guys. The hell is this? Baggy peanuts?
But I understand why we left.
Again, I don't think the house had anything with you guys being stupid. I think that's just in your blood.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
And somehow none of it got stolen. Which I call bullshit on.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
This is where you died, apparently?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
You're excused to the dark room. Huh.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
So am I Edie or Edith?
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
I don't think stories had anything to do with your kids being just absolute fucking retards.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Do we really need to go into a story to do this?
The tide went way, way out.
I went into a magical universe.
Last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Whitebeard was fighting a canoe from at the Marine Ford and had just used his one-man army ability.
But I never thought...
Man, those Marines got their asses kicked.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
It's straight ahead! Again, retards, you're all oh boy. That's what I get for turning in my head.
I got turned around. For a while, I wandered.
And then ocean hits me and I drowned. I'm actually a ghost.
I started seeing things.
I stepped in deer poo. I'm not well, Edie. Edith. Who are you again?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Like intelligence.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
See, straight ahead. That's as easy as it is.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
She died. She took 2 steps.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Good one,
After
Mom.
that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
So let's go serve it now. Everyone's learning now.
A few years went by.
I found a guy and apparently got fucked. I apparently found a man who could not keep it in his pants, or I just couldn't keep my legs closed.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
No, thanks,
The
Mom.
rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while. And then she didn't.
Just so happy you defy her
And then I was
fate.
alone. Last Finch left alive.
Until I found some random guy to bang me.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Who your father is, does he
If we
matter?
lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
To the fact we're mentally challenged.
Appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Which wouldn't be if, you know, you just weren't this entirely
was
stupid.
supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Push! I must push!
And tell you all these stories myself.
Let me guess, you die in childbirth.
This now. Things didn't work out that way.
You must have died in childbirth. Ah!
This is where your story begins.
I'm
sorry I won't be there to see it.
It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone.
I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all.
I'm really not. Man, I'm totally fucked. I'm changing my, that's it. I'm changing my last name. Whose last name obviously was Finch. Okay, the Grammy had a psychedelic experience of Ghost. Milton, they just couldn't come up with anything for. Yeah, no shit. Especially when you're a bunch of retards. Mopey. Why would I want to? Ah, okay. Alright then, no, that's another game down the down. There's, I mean, so should we add Edith's birth, like, date to that then? I mean, technically she died. Boy, oh boy. Alright, you all have a nice day. We'll see you Wednesday. Sheesh.